I'm using this program Reaper, and what I've got here is a whole series of individual tracks, and one by one I'm going through them, and I am adding the instrument which sounds the most Chinese, called Yangqin, which looks like that. So you play this thing like, it's got these different samples, which is great. I'm going to have to pack this away though, because I'm working on a bossa nova sounding track at the moment. So off we go with the production of this Chinese Valentine album for this month's Asset Pack. Here we go. Here's the notes. I like how it's sounding. Let me just push that back. Dun, dun. Now, dun, dun. Syncopation. 4, 1, bring these velocity down. A little bit early there. You go back. Dun, dun, dun. A little bit early. Okay, now we've got this part. That's a whole phrase that came through there. Okay, now I've got a different instance of this instrument set up here. We're in the key of G. Okay, never mind about that. It's too much of an effort. We'll just let it run like that. Okay, now we go to this sort of second beat part. Okay, that sounds nice. 1, 2. No, I missed it. 4, 5. No. Toodaloo-ba-va. 2, 3, 4. Break. The break has a potential to be somewhere where you can get a bit spontaneous, if that makes sense. The timing doesn't have to be perfect during the break. You can make it sound more organic, which is something I often do. But I think for this section, I'm going to just let it be without actually adding anything too much. Maybe just some ornaments. First, let's correct the... No, first let's carry on with the recording. When I record and stuff, I like to break it into two modes. One is writing, the other one is editing. The writing phase, in the words of Jerry Seinfeld, you have to be very nourishing. You have to be very caring during the writing phase and not criticize your mistakes. And then the editing phase is where that takes place. 2, 3, 4. Right. I'm just going to do some light stuff. Now we can get back to our A loop. So the A section is from that marker. Firstly, I just want to group everything together. I think we're good there. Okay, so from this marker to this marker is the A section. So I'm going to split that and duplicate it here. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it starts on the beat. Yeah, a little bit early. A little bit early, so 2, 4. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. This is how it is. This is really how it is. Okay, and then we've got our outro section. I have a feeling we should continue with that a bit more. This whole track is only 1 minute 44, so I'm going to repeat that B section. I'm going to change the arrangement now. There's your outro, there's your outro. Cool. It's quite sweet of the tech support woman that I just spoke to. She was like, hey, nice music, because I was live streaming this. I was live streaming the setup to show her that that what I was doing wasn't working. I needed to stream it to demonstrate, and then she obviously heard the stuff and paid me a little compliment, which is so nice, because it's like so unnecessary for her to say something nice, you know. So thank you, Pam from Restream. I can vouch for Restream's friendliness in the tech support department. How does this transition happen to the second B? Screwed up the timing. I think it's an extra bar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We'll add in a drum fill there. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Nice flat 9 there. I'd like to telegraph that a bit better, you know, like to actually show. Okay, cool. That's 2 minutes in. I'm now going to listen to the whole track, and while I'm doing that, there's one thing that keeps on persistently annoying me, and that's the drum sound. There's this one cymbal that's a little bit syncopated. I think it was a mistake during playback. So let's look at the cymbals, which is this F sharp note here. I'm going to solo this track out. Add a tap. One. I can see it. It's there. No. It's not there. Where is it? Can you see it? Seems to have magically disappeared. Oh, it's here, it's the rides, of course, it's not that one. It's in this section. 1, 2, here it is. Okay, so we can't have like that one sticking out like that. Here it is. That's cool. And then we go back to here. Choker. And we can also delete that. So I used to play drums in a church band, and it's been very helpful for me, like understanding a little bit about how, for example, a drummer wouldn't really be able to, or you would be able to do it in this case, but sometimes you program drums that are like as if the drummer's got 3 arms basically, and it doesn't sound natural. It's better to like try and make it sound like an actual drummer's playing it, you know. There's that part again, which I want to... There we go. Cool. Let me also... I just keep forgetting to do this, but I should really be... yeah, cool. I should really be just kind of sharing this type of stuff. First things first, I want to just do a quick test on... see if the stream is coming out well in Facebook. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are live streaming. Currently live streaming. How's this sounding? Cool. Seems to be playing. Seems to be working fine. Cool. Then let's add the, I think the Twitch link is going to be the best. .tv 1234 1234 just stream. I'll be back to the composition in just a minute. Firstly just make sure that it's playing in 1234. Yeah, that seems to be fine. Cool. Then I can go here to, that's it, now live streaming. Cool. Morning music composition stream live now. Cool. That should do it. If you're interested in that crap. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm using this. What I'm doing is I'm writing Chinese inspired jazz music, or jazz music with a Chinese instrument Yangqin on top. And Yangqin is awesome. What I'm going to do now is give this entire track, first I want to give it a playback, but first I need to just fix two small issues. That syncopated cymbal over there, it's cool, and then the other one is here. This is another good reason you should be fixing mistakes before duplicating. Otherwise you duplicate the mistakes and you have to fix it 5 times. Okay, from the top, here is a piece which hasn't got a name yet, but it's a bossa inspired piece with the Chinese instrument Yangqin on top. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play along with battery at the moment. Got a loop enough to work there. The reason I'm layering the kit is because it does sound a little bit, a little bit dated, and ultimately what I want to do is write like more ad music, which has got to be like in your face. Okay, so first let's get the loop that works. I think it is cha-cha. There's one there and there's one there. Cool, so that's 4 bars, and the start point for this should be here. Now let's correct all the mistakes. I'm going to give this one a quantized value of, I think, 100%. Well, it has to be a 16th though. Maybe 80%, 85%. Let's see how that sounds. That sounds horrible. Why? Because why does that sound so bad? Okay, stop that a minute. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. This is the start point of this phrase. Yeah. Okay, now it should play better. This is a very basic bossa loop, which I'm doing. Nope, I want you to be. Okay, I'm really breaking it down now to literally doing. Cool. Let's loop this and get it right. 1, 2. That can be there. Cool, that's fine. Let's take the volume of that down so it kind of fits in. How does the velocity affect it? 1. That's it. I want a slightly lower velocity for each upbeat kick. And these can also chill out a bit, these hi-hats. Oh, it's actually a shaker. Okay, and the kit, the rim sound can always be changed at a later stage if needed, but I think it's actually sounding fine. Now let's play it with the real drums, or first. Okay, I'm gonna copy, oops, not duplicates, damn, it's an Ableton move. I've got a duplicated battery, which I don't want to do. What I want to do is duplicate this, so let's get that there, and then let's do 4 of them with a little bit of a drum flare at the end. So the last 2, 1, 4. How does it sound with the live drums? And let's get this up next to the live drums so I can work with them together. Boom. No, not in the parent, please. One little irritating thing about Reaper. Okay, live. Let's get you open there. Okay. One thing I have just noticed is that these drums are less quantized, which might, I mean, it's a nice idea to have one of them playing like far more quantized than one of them playing like less quantized, but I'm afraid it doesn't really work because not to my ear at least. So I'm going to quantize these again with an 82% straight groove. Now they should be locked in with the electronic drums. Now that kick sound, we've got 2 kicks here. That's a very live sounding drum kit, and then this one is obviously much more electronic. And so I'm layering them together, and that way you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get the punch of the electronic kit, and you get the organic sound, the real, quote unquote, realistic sound of the drum kit. Now I'm going to try and put a drum fill at the end here which matches. So we've got a little cymbal, a hi-hat cymbal, and I think that's fine. I'm not going to mess with the drum fills and stuff too much, which means that this is now ready to be grouped, and I'm also going to turn it into a loop so that, like with Ableton, when you edit one of the instances, they all edit at the same time. Cool, so that's fine. Let me carry on with this then. Okay, from the top. Much better. I mean, before it was just like this, which is okay, but it's also a little bit like we say in South Africa, otopi, which just means like it sounds a little bit old for old people. This is nice. It sounds Chinese and jazzy. Right, we've encountered one issue, which is that we don't want the kit to continue there. The beat stops. Now we've got the snare drum on the hats, which gives it a bit more punch for this B section. I'm already thinking of what the next layer is going to be. I love bossa nova, man. I love the fact that it's this kind of exotic alternative to Western mainstream dance, you know. It's this kind of South American flavor. I've just noticed something which is annoying, and that is that there's another one of those little syncopated, that symbol. That's not in time. That should be here. Cool. On the ride that ride, boy. Sounding good? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go out. Oh, I've also noticed something else, which is that I muted this part of the clip, but I didn't extend it to re-begin. Cool. It's nice having these little markers here so I can see where the sections are. I could bring down the velocity of that snare hit, and I love it, but let's just make it a bit more subtle. Or actually, let's shape it. I want to shape this, so let's make it sound better. So what I'm going to do is go over to drums. Where is my drum section? Drums is here. Cool. And all I want to do is now this drum hit. Where is it? Am I writing on MIDI channel 1? It's that one, eh? There's something wrong with the animation. Usually these things, they play when you play them, they actually play. So I'm going to take the hold value and the decay value down. There you go, that's it. Just a little bit tighter, I think. Much better, yeah. A little bit extra. Where's the tambourine? There it is. I love that clap. Tune it. No, the tambourine's not going to work, but the hands might. There's a lot going on there, let's not do it there. That's quite nice. I mean, it's cheeky and stuff, but I like it. Let's record it. 3, 4, no. One problem here is that we've got the record mode set to the wrong setting. Not really coming through, so let's just leave it as a nice moment in the middle there. Now the question of quantizing, how much should I quantize? Exactly on the beat and 100%, and it's going to sound very robotic, which is the opposite of hand claps. I think that sounds fine, eh? A little bit out. It sounds like Flight of the Conchords, man, like Muzak. 2, 3, 4. There's a little bit of something's wrong with the groove here. It's the young chin instrument that's coming in a little bit early. This is not acceptable. We want this to be, oops, we don't want to delete everything. That's just a bit extreme as problem solving goes. We want to just maybe push it back a little bit. Control shift and nudge that shit. Yep. Nudge that. Nudge that. There we go. There we go. Cool. Cool, we're starting to get a track here. Let's do a playthrough of this last section. Yeah, man. Take me to Jazz Club in China. Was this playing? So it's funny though, I didn't even hear this whole electronic beat for this section because the main drums have kicked out. So it's almost like the roboticness of the electronic beat kind of makes it sound more invisible, if that makes sense. pause there. Maybe we can get a feature, a moment in there, a sample or something. Here comes a flat 9. So that ending doesn't work from the drum point of view. Let's just do it just on the drums. That definitely doesn't work. Let's try it from here. Take those out. That's better. Yeah. Oh, lovely little ending there. Okay. I'm going to do one more playthrough, and then I think that's it for this track, which is the last track that required this layer of Chinese instruments. One more playthrough. No, actually, I think we're done. We're done with this track. Reason being, it's going to be more effective doing a playthrough later than now, because now my ear's fatigued. So let's get back to track 1. This is how it goes. I make a pass of the entire project, 8 tracks. I do the initial composition and arrangement, and then I work all the live instruments next, so it's recording guitars and stuff. Then I'll do drums next, and like the entire album at a time. And most recent layer that I did was the Chinese instrument, Yangqin. And now that all of the Yangqin parts, all of these things are done, these guys here. In fact, let's just change this color, because honestly it's the same as the guitar. Now that that's all done, we can start to focus on sort of mixing it properly. I'm going to delete that because I don't need it. This could be something. What if we do that, and then we change everything to one color? Yeah, that's better. Except it's not changing those clips. Okay, whatever. Nice colorful project, huh? Cool. I want to get all these drums in the same color. Just kind of don't fuss too much about it, because it's going to be time consuming if you do. Reaper seems to favor purple and lilac colors as like the thing to... They favor it instead of it being random. They choose that more of the time. Cool. Back to track 1, and right now I'm starting to think of track names. I also want to give markers to these regions, which makes it easy to flip between them. Oops, and take out 3. Okay. 3, 4. What is this track called? Right. Now we have a question of mixing. Firstly, the guitars can all be up here together. I want them all to be together and the same color if possible. Thank you. So we've got guitar electric, then we've got a guitar electric solo part, then we've got this second guitar acoustic part which is not being used. And there's 2 guitar acoustics there, and then there's that. So there's 2 guitar electrics and there's 2 guitar acoustics. I'm going to call that guitar acoustic solo for clarity. Good, there we go. That sort of sums it all up. Okay. Now everything in the mixing panel, which is here, should be at 0. So now at this point in the game, I want to begin. I've just used these as reference points, you see. I've used all these. All of these have actually got to be 0. Those are all going to... Okay, swell is an orchestral sound, which I think we're going to have to also figure out. Everything here should be 0. The reason for this is that I want to create headroom. Headroom is the gap between your 0 dB value and the incoming audio signal, and the reason we want a gap is because it makes it easier. Well, it gives you space in which to expand and grow and compress, and it's going to also help when you want your track to be louder. So for that to happen, I've got to get into the actual incoming signals. I think all of these are good. First things first, let us create consolidated files. So I'm going to just give a little fade there, and that means that this whole file can now be treated as one file. It's the master. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do. There we go. This is all now housekeeping. No, that's still not what I wanted to do. I wanted to first loop it and then group it. Cool. That means later on when I clean this current project, it's going to delete all the files that I haven't necessarily needed to use. What I'm actually going to do, this is a better habit, is to select the entire range of the project as depicted by this top region, and then make sure everything in the project is grouped together to the same length. Firstly, this makes it easier to work with visually because you can see where everything is, but also, yeah, like I said, it's going to save file space when you want to when you want to delete all your unused recordings. Okay. Now we should have a piano that comes blaring out. Okay, Yang Chin is also blaring out. So the next step is to open up the volume. I'm getting into the mixing phase here, by the way. Next step is to open up the volume automation lane, and I'm going to expand that. This green is now volume automation. It sounds like Yang Chin is loud throughout the entire project, which means I'm going to just turn it down a uniform 12 dB, and that should offset that and leave some headroom. Okay, piano is coming through blaring. I'm also going to do the same with the piano. We've got 4 pianos in here actually. One of them is, they're all contact instruments. I've got Noir, the Grand, the Gentleman, and then Noir again with the Particles engine on, which gives it some really nice pad-like textures. I'll come back to that later. The one we're playing at the moment is the Gentleman. Okay, we've got a little bit of fumbling sounds on the guitar. Okay, I think I might have to kill that. Let's just... All of this is not going to help, so I'm just going to have to kill it. In fact, I might just kill some of these things. This is now housekeeping on the guitar. Okay. The guitar is generally too loud too, so I'm going to uniformly turn that down 6 dB. That's also going to solve some of this problem of the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these fumbling sounds aren't going to do it. I mean, I do like a bit of an organic sound, but unfortunately with library music, it's like track titles and production are almost as important as the actual composition. So this isn't about being Beethoven, this is about being like a scientist about it, like a technician. 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm going to change these back. I'm going to redo this, make some work for myself. That's nice. There's a nice little squeak there. Unfortunately, we've got some kind of chair squeak there. 3, 4. Click. Ah, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm going to spread it out. So where's the click? There it is. I'm going to have to cheat. This is cheating. This is how you make music in a modern age. And I'm going to crossfade. Hopefully it doesn't sound too obvious. Let's try it out. This is me cheating. I am now cheating, everybody. Sorry, I have to cheat. Cheating is what I do. I am a cheat. I am also a liar. and a thief. Come on, you son of a gun. Okay, now we can shift this internally. No, we've still got the click. Okay, this is really a pain in the bum. Let's try this again. There's the click. Alright, screwed that up. Try it again. First things first, boom, boom. Take that out. Not the whole thing, just the middle section. And maybe just no. There we go, that's better. Okay, now it's just that the crossfade is too obvious. There we go. If we solo this out, I'm afraid that's good enough. Now we got this continuous sounding classical moment. Young Chin is a little bit loud still, but I do like how tasteful it is. Take it down to 15. No, actually, let's do something else. I'm going to add a compressor to it, which will do two things. It'll allow us to mute or lower the level of the offending region, which I think is the high mids. That's better, yeah. Now it's just going to sound a little less piercing. Sounds better. I'm on headphones, so it doesn't really help, but let's just go with that for now. Nice. I want to get the timing right there because this is the moment of this entire phrase. That is like it's the release. The first three passages are the same. They're the same phrase, and then the fourth one is where that phrase gets released. So it's tension, 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 release. I want it to be exactly right. 2, 3. A little bit late, a little bit early, so we're going to nudge this guy back, and we're going to nudge this guy forward. Let's go here. 2, 3, 4. That sounds nice. Okay, here we go. Okay, into our classical section, which needs a marker. There we go. Speed production, everybody. 2, 3. Guitar's too loud. It also lacks the space that Young Chin has, so from a mixing perspective I need to add reverb to the guitar. Now that's what I'm going to do. Let's I need a decent reverb that allows me to. Okay, also let's just downward. You don't want too many bright sounds. So first that. Okay, we don't have a reverb master bus yet. Why don't we create one of those now? So here, let's go up to the top. I'm going to create insert new track from template. I don't think I have a reverb master, so I want to first just then do a new track. So we're just going to do a bit of housekeeping here. It comes from no input, and it is insert. Let's put that up. I'm going to use protoverb. Oops, protoverb, there we go. Okay, protoverb is this cool reverb that I heard about from one of the dudes on Django's channel, Shroomhead, and he's a cool dude. Now I also need to add to protoverb a EQ, and I'm going to save this all as a template. Re-EQ, where is it? Re-EQ. There you go, re-EQ. The basic EQ tool for reverb, for Reaper. The thing with protoverb though is that, I need to bring these guys down like this. I need to just cut the highs and also cut the lows while you're at it, because the lows tend to muddy up the mix. So no, we don't need that. We don't need that amount of there we go, just those mids over there, that should do it. Now we have a reverb channel which I can use as a sort of master. It's also going to the pre-master, and that means that we can now send the guitar, all of these actually, guitars to... No, the problem with this though is, oh yes, yeah, you can send them all to the reverb master. Oops. Right. Now it's just a matter of how much you want to send it, which I think is a setting you can control somewhere. I haven't figured that out yet. Let's hear how it sounds. Here's the reverb master, and it is... where do we do this? Okay, what I'm currently trying to do is I'm trying to move this to there. Now it should be sending to... Oh, there we go, reverb master. Oh, when I multi-selected them, it didn't give me... It didn't send all four, it just sent the one. Okay, so we've got the solo guitar, the solo jazz guitar, the acoustic jazz, this acoustic jazz guitar, solo there. Cool. There you go. Now there's your wet channel. That sounds nice. Let's solo them both. Much better. And it's got a little bit of tail, which is nice. Let's... Okay, so this should be dry. Oh, that's how you do it. Yeah, you send that. There we go. Cool. Well, either way, I figured it out. Sorry, a lot of blabbing there. There, now it sounds much more gentle. Yeah. This whole section now, I think we can also just dip the volume here slightly. So for this section, I'm going to lower the volume, and we can just create another envelope point to fade out. Okay, so we're going down to 9 dB there. 2, 3, 4. That's 12. We've got some timing issues here. This should just be a little bit over. Yep. Still a little bit early here. Here we go. And this is also a little bit early. Okay. Nice. And this new part. Nice. Piano's going a little bit to the left, guitar's going a little bit to the right. Timing. The young chin is early. Sounds better to me with just a little bit down on the piano. Okay, now we're going to, I think I'm going to start running everything through the compressor now, because that's gonna, yeah. The reason I have a pre-mastered track, yeah, this digital versatile compressor, I don't know if I've got a lot of faith in these Reaper defaults. Maybe I need to start looking at getting another compressor. Anyway, it's what you do with the tools. It's not the... Okay. Let's try this guy. So we're going to go ratio. Let's put a ratio 4. And the threshold can come down 12 dB. We're already running quite cold. That's fine. Good. I'm going to have to turn the master down now, otherwise you're going to come out with guns blazing. Sense to me. This is nice and gentle, eh? Cool, and that's a mellow track, which I think is pretty much done. I'm gonna have to give that a listen with the cans off and through the master and stuff, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do much better on that. And yeah, so let's get on with it. Next step is this track too. I definitely need a title for these things. Okay, let's call this one. This is where my track list document comes in handy. We are on albums not published. Sorry, albums, romantic album, which I've called it. The info document. So I'm going to call this one, it's track major A. Yeah, this makes much more sense. We're going to call this yeah, so something like, I don't know, cherry blossoms or autumn blossoms or something like that. Just cherry blossom. I find that the more stereotypical the name is, the more popular the track is. People tend to download things because of what they're called, or at least it gets your attention, you know. Okay, so this one I'm calling Cherry Blossom. Not the most original name, but hey, nobody really wants original. Please tell me if you do. Okay, here's we are, jazz mode. Yeah, young tune. See, now the levels are sounding better automatically, so there'll probably be less mixing to do going forward. I've done most of the setup. So let's just enjoy it. Give it a listen through. restart this. I think we need a. I really think we need a bit of a, what do they call it? A bit more ornamentation here. How much are we on? Channel 2. Cool. That's better. Much softer than that though would be good. Yeah, okay, we'll do it subtly at the second time. So good, let's hear that. Not so sure about that. Change that to the ornament. Here we go. Nice. Not sure if this is necessary, the A sharp. Subtlety there. Let's get that G sharp back in here. Sorry, G natural back right here, I think. No, we don't even need the second. So this is where it gets tricky. I've cheated here. What I've done is I've recorded one part in C sharp major and one part in D major, which is actually the other way around, I'm afraid. This is channel 2 D major, and this is C sharp major. We're on the wrong MIDI channel now. Cool. The reason I've done that is because the young tune instrument isn't diatonic. It can't play all the notes. There we go. Yeah, we've got to change that to MIDI overdub, replace MIDI overdub. Here we go. 3, 4. There might be some that's good, just a little bit of a hint there. Back to D. Guitar solo. Okay, this I think is unnecessary. Yeah, I think we've played them both. Okay, housekeeping. Okay, guitar solo. The electric guitar solo can come up in volume. So this, I think I've already dropped it. No, I haven't. Okay, well then let's just boost it 12 and then take it down here. Sorry, wrong one. This one here. Take this one up here. For this one we can also just boost some of these higher frequencies because this guitar of mine doesn't It doesn't go much above 2000 hertz because it's a very mid-range guitar. Just gonna hit those bigger frequencies up and dip the mids. Okay. Just slide there. Just a little bit out of time there. Let's correct that. Still a bit out of time. I'm going to actually chop a little bit of time out here so I can shift that. Such care, huh? I think there might be other instruments that are causing this perceived lag. See, this piano is way out, I think. So it's rushing. Okay, so the young tune is now stepping all over the guitar solo, which we don't want. If we do have this, then it has to be very, very subtle. Nah, we can't have that unless it's going to be coming down way too much. There we go, gentle. Channel 2. I don't like that at all. Drums are a little bit low for this section. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if the second drum part would work here. I'm talking about the battery drums. Let's try it out. Oh right, I've already put them in. What does that mean? That sounds much better. Sure about the rim sound. Let us take it down velocity. Chinese jazz, everybody. Okay, I need to repeat. Fill can be obvious in these acoustic drum sounds. So looks like we're on our way, kids. What we need is okay, we also need to remove that hit. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now how does it sound if we I think we must remove Young Chin here actually. Just for this one bar. Here we go. And we bring this guy back in. Here. How does it happen? You know, like honestly. You belong there, and then you belong there. There you go. Cool. Right, I'm writing some music. I'm editing, in the final stage of editing this album, which is called Chinese Valentine or something like that. And it's a fusion of jazz music, bossa nova, and Chinese music. So it's an experiment, as with most of the stuff that I do. And I'm quite stoked that it's sounding pretty good so far. I release this music at the end of the month, in time for Valentine's Day. And the hope is that, you know, people use it in their videos and use it in their promotions and stuff like that. There's a price tag, but if you sign up via my mailing list, then you get it for free. There's a link in the show notes on where to do that. Yeah, and I appreciate all the support you can have in sharing the word. I plan to build an email list that is robust enough to survive the long term, because I'm going to keep on writing music like this, you know, indefinitely. And I want it to benefit the community. I want things to be better. I want music to be better. I want there to be care. I want it to be crafted. So that's what I'm trying to do, starting with that. Okay, philosophy aside, let us call that I like this jazz piece. Let's call that. I mean, they're all going to have Chinese names or Chinese sounding names, and they all have to do with love. So, dinner and dumplings. Let's call it that. Dumpling dinner. Dumplings for two. That's good. Dinner for two, dumplings for two. Cool. Cool. It's got a Chinese jazz vibe. Might sound like it belongs in a restaurant or something like that. Wunderbar. All right. I've been doing this. I've been online since 9 o'clock now. I need to take a break. 2.5 hours is quite a stretch. So hope you forgive me. That is the end of the stream for the day. And I will be back. Not tomorrow because it's Saturday. But I'll be back and doing more live streams ASAP, sharing my process with you, sharing maybe insights on how to create this type of music, or insights on using Reaper or whatever it is. You know how this stuff works. Just support me if you want, subscribe and share and all that stuff, and would be much obliged if you rocked up for the next stream. Most mornings South African time, so sort of midnight for people in California, and around 9 o'clock for people in Europe. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, around there. Cool. Thanks for sticking it out if you've been watching, and look forward to catching you all again pretty soon. Now.